Next, I'm speaking with Ginn, all about using growth hacking and analytics to make more money from your company. If you want to see the full-length episode, make sure you go ahead and check it out at marketingoptimization.tv. Hi, and welcome to Marketing Optimization with Alex Designs. I am your host, Alex Harris, and today we have Ginn here today. Ginn is the project manager of growth at StumbleUpon. How you doing?
Oh, doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Why don't you just tell us how you got started doing optimization at StumbleUpon and what you do there?
So originally, I got my started my career in optimization work whenever I joined a company and it was about to go under, and I didn't know when I joined, and sort of trial by fire, and we had to make things work very quickly and very effectively. And out of that, I learned a lot of techniques that encourage you to invest resources properly and to work on the right sort of things. And before I worked at StumbleUpon, I worked for the Romney campaign doing similar work, and they recruited me off of the campaign towards the end, and I moved back out to San Francisco like about a week after the election. So at StumbleUpon, they really needed a lot of work in developing lean processes, figuring out how to actually run Scrum, focusing like how you actually make good product decisions. So I spent a lot of time on that before I actually went into the optimization work. StumbleUpon, a lot of our optimization work is focusing on new user experiences, visitor landing pages, that sort of stuff, and then eventually moved into the core product experiences to start working on retention, because the key delineating factor about optimization work is feedback loop, feedback time. Mm-hmm. To accomplish your goal, whether it's retention or acquisition. So product-related optimizations tend to be quite long, thus, basically your iteration cycles is extended, versus acquisition and marketing-oriented optimizations are very quick and very fast. And you can find learnings and lessons that are validated by statistical evidence that that you're actually working on the right thing.
Awesome. I've been following StumbleUpon forever. It seems like it's grown, but still stayed the core of what it is. So do you find essentially the areas that, I guess, the templates that are the most popular, and you focus on your optimization practices on those areas? How does that kind of work, where you pick and choose where to test?
So we run a model they call a visitor model that determines the highest ROI across our service for acquisition related stuff. So typically what marketing people oriented or focus on is either acquisition or sort of engagement emails. Right. So for acquisition, we have a model that tells us how many visitors are coming, what's their conversion rate, how many users a day we're generating from there, and the previous work and optimization that we've done in that space to show sort of ROI about what's the sort of payoff of hours we put in versus output. That model is our guiding light about where do we go from here and what should we invest in next. For marketing oriented emails, we typically have a data science model that says when's the likely point that people will not retain or not engage, or we're trying to push some sort of reactivation metric. We heavily use data science to determine when do we actually send emails. And what area of the product will have the highest ROI.
Awesome. And when you talk about data science, it's essentially you're trying to figure out the behaviors of the different users and their different buying modes. Is that what you mean by data science?
Yeah. So instead of buying modes, it'd be stumbling or
right.
View content. So data science, we at StumbleUpon works on very simple stuff, as in let's generate a model about visitors, to very complicated things like what is in the first session. What type of signals determine the likelihood that someone's going to retain and not retain?
Oh, wow.
So our data science team is a mix-up of engineers, data engineers, data scientists, and data analysts, and they look at all the corpus of information we have and try to develop trends that which product team can actually use, helpful insights that only you could really understand if you really dig really deep, that most people at the product level don't have the time or expertise to get into.
Oh wow! All my big data friends would definitely be jealous about stuff that you guys have going on in metrics.
Yes. Well, we have, the common theme is that Netflix doesn't have enough data and StumbleUpon has way too much to make recommendations. So we have an overload of data, which is why our data science team is perhaps 5 people now. So
Wow.
it's a large team compared to a 60, 70 person organization.